Hello everyone, and welcome to a recap of last night's stream, draft for Meme Team 2023. We're lucky enough to have worked our way up to a nice even 20 entrants, which means that we have 5 teams of 4. So without further ado, we'll dive in and meet those 5 captains. We have Map Collector, Sandgroper, Brandon467, Irish Golf, and Ericsson Stone. Now for the draft, their first round picks were seeded by the quality of their memes and hot takes, and Map Collector absolutely stole the show with his. So he got first pick. The captains got a total pick number that added up to 24. Seemed to be the fairest way to do things. So as payoff for going first overall, Map Collector also had the last overall pick, for example. Um, each captain got names that were quite high up on their boards, all things considered. So it seems to have been a pretty fair way to have run things. Hopefully everyone's happy with their teams, and hopefully we can see the best that people have to offer. The competitors up on screen now, some high quality up there. A few guys in there did very well in the recently concluded rookie contest, but we'll see how they work in a team environment. Speaking of that environment, we'll crack on with some rules. As mentioned, teams of 4. Each entrant is required to make their own course. They can work with their team, sharing pictures, sharing screenshots, videos, sharing ideas, working together to create the best course they can. But at the end of the day, each member has to publish their own course. We are allowing betas, but we would like feedback to be restricted from within your team only. And as there's designers on console as well as PC, we're asking for no file sharing. We'd also like courses to be started fresh, so no works in progress. But the thing that's making Meme Team different, the required elements come in the form of team challenges. We have a few of them here, and I'll just run through and explain them. The first one, total bunkers. We're limiting the number of bunkers you can use as a team. 3 of the 4 courses can share a total of 180 bunkers. The 4th course will be exempt from this cap, so as not to restrict certain styles of courses, such as Sandbelt or something inspired by Whistling Straits, with bunkers all over the place. But of the 3 courses contributing to this cap, you can share the 180 however you want. That's a maximum, so you can go less, but definitely no more. If you want to split it evenly with 60, 60, 60, that's fine. If one course skimps on the bunkers a little bit, that can give you more for the other 2 contributing to the cap. Could even go bunkerless for one of them, and then the other 2 get to share 90 between them. That's a risk that may or may not pay off. There's going to be some potential creative liberties taken with waste areas and such, and kind of beaches. If it's a bunker, if it affects play as a bunker, it's a bunker. But if it's kind of a sandy waste area that's not really affecting things, maybe we'll take a lighter view of things. If it really comes down to it and we're splitting hairs, then maybe the team that has had the most literal interpretation of the rule will be seen in a slightly better light. But it's a bit of fun. Not going to be too harsh on it. Just try and stick within the spirit of things. We're asking for a different par for each team member's course, as we'd like the courses to be accepted onto the database and possibly see some of them on tour. That kind of limits us to between 69 and 73. Obviously, there's 5 numbers in that range, so as a team, get to decide which one you're missing, basically, but got to hit 4 of those. The max yardage requirement for the courses as a total is a cap of 29,000 yards, which is an average of 7,250 from the back tees on each course. But again, this can be divvied up how you like. If you make one shorter course, that can bump up to the yardage total of the other 3. I imagine we might be seeing a couple of par 69 courses come in at quite a long way under that cap, and then that'll let someone go crazy and bump it all the way up to nearly 8,000. The total area is a little bit more flexible. We're looking at 5 million yards, 5 million square yards um, across all four courses. I understand that if there's some slight funkiness with shapes going on, or kind of coastal edges or whatever that isn't necessarily a nice, crisp, straight line, the area might get a little bit more difficult to work out. So that's kind of more of a guideline than a firm limit. But again, similar to the bunkers, if we're really coming down to finer points, then the team that comes well within inside 5 million square yards might have a leg up over the team that's kind of taken a little bit more of a liberal view of it. More specifically, looking at each of the courses individually, we're asking for one of the four courses produced by a team to have a core central water hazard, be it beach, coast, a lake, a river, something that is a key feature of the course and impacts a substantial number of holes. Not really a firm limit on what constitutes a standard number of holes, but if you're going to try and argue that this little pond that comes in on just one of the holes, that's probably not going to cut it. As a baseline, I'd probably suggest at least six, but more than that might be more interesting, might be better. As a counterpoint to this, we're looking for at least one of the team's courses to be completely devoid of any water hazards. So two opposite ends of the spectrum. What you do with the other two is up to the teams. You can be more liberal or a bit tighter on water on the other two, but that's entirely up to the teams. Yin and Yang is a uh, more specific challenge to create on one course a par five of a length that is shorter than a par four on a different course. Probably means that your par five on course A is going to play quite a long way uphill, and your par four on the other course is going to play quite a long way downhill. But it'll be interesting to see how teams tackle this. Every century is probably going to take some collaborative effort as a team as well, because we're looking for holes to fall within each 100-yard bracket from under 100 yards to over 700. So that's 0 to 100, 100 to 200, 200 to 300, and so on, up to 600, between 600 and 700 yards, and then 700 yards plus. That's shared across all four courses for a team again. So once again, a lot of freedom for the teams to decide how they're going to tackle this. We'd also like to see at least one of each par hole that is at the very least inspired by template holes and um, takes some information from those kind of holes. Doesn't have to be bang on the nose, but as long as there's serious, significant influence of kind of these recognized template holes, it should be a fairly easy requirement to hit. You've got 72 holes, and we're asking for 3 specific ideas. But I suppose the important thing is to show off what we're playing for. Possibly the most prestigious trophy awarded in golf history, really. The grand prize for Meme Team 2023, and possibly to be continued into the future, is the fantastic Jerry Shield. You'll get your team name in pride of place, the first name up on this brilliant bit of artwork that took me at least 3 minutes to make. But what we're all here for is the draft. So with first pick overall, Map Collector for his side Jurassic Parkland, to nobody's surprise, wasted absolutely no time at all in nailing on winner of rookie contest, Chicken Wings. Sandgroper from Down Under for his team Shankalicious picked Metatropic, who funnily enough, found my brother's YouTube channel for his hot take. Birdies with Boinsey, if you want to check it out. He's a professional golfer. Brandon467 and his team Undefeated, which I suppose, at least for the time being, is technically a true name. Nailed on Fargo, who had one of the best memes in his sign-up. And then Irish Golf for the plastic paddies picked Bobby J. I actually made a slight mistake here and got mixed up, and we had to make a trade later to fix things. But it's all sorted now. Bobby J, the designer of Frag Hill, has featured on this channel before. Ericsson Stone, with the last pick of round 1, picked Oskins, one of the honourable mentions, one of the top 5 in rookie contest. And so on to round 2. And Plastic Paddies got in this style. He used his Design League 4.2 entry as one of his courses for scouting. It's obviously done all right for him. And then to complete the honourable mentions of rookie, Ericsson Stone snapped up Whaleship Essex, giving him 2 of the top 5 finishes for a really imposing team. Jurassic Parkland Map Collector nabbed Reteach, meaning they're the only team that has 2 captains, as Troy was happy to fill in if we needed another one to make up the numbers. Sandgroper picked Crossers. He's also featured on this channel. Hopefully I've taught him well and he can use that to his advantage. And then to finish round 2, Brandon picked Paddy, who specialises in RCRs and hasn't actually made a fictional course yet, so we'll see what his first effort offers. Brandon then picked again, and he snapped up Wildy33, who was actually the first person to register for the contest. So credit to him for helping us get things off the ground. Then the 4 Horsemen Design Syndicate, Ericsson Stone got Gelsinger, who was only number 8 on his board, meaning he snapped up his 3rd, 4th, and 8th options despite going last overall. So a really imposing team there. We have Rift Dog, drafted by Sandgroper for Shankalicious. Very self-deprecating in signing up, but I'm sure he'll do better than he gave himself credit for. Steve, who doesn't know what a hot take was, drafted by Irish Golf for the Plastic Paddies, which means that last but not least, we have Sonic Hags 4444 for Map Collectors Jurassic Parkland. Looks like he made an account just for the purposes of signing up to this contest. So thanks very much for that. And thank you to everyone for your efforts in getting involved in this contest and getting it off the ground. Looking forward to seeing what everyone comes out with. Hopefully we get some really interesting ways of tackling these challenges. And hopefully we see 20 fantastic courses that might somehow make their way onto tour. So best of luck, everyone. I hope to catch you in streams and videos in the future. And I hope you all have a great day. Thanks all. Catch you later. Bye.